welcome to the Millennial Book Junkie. My name is Monique, and welcome to another episode of Thriller Watch, where we talk about all the books, events, and movies coming out in the thriller genre in the upcoming month, April 2026. Now, there are a lot of new releases coming out this April. I clocked over 50. If you want to join my Bookish newsletter and get these releases each week, instead of trying to keep track of over 50 books coming out throughout the month, look in the description box below. There's a link to sign up to my Bookish newsletter that I'm going to be putting out every week, letting you know about new releases and books I'm reading and other bookish stuff that I find fun and interesting. And as always, before we get started, let me know what you're reading. I'm going to flash on the screen the books that this community is reading. Let me know what you're reading, and I'll put what you're reading on the screen the next video as well. All right, let's get into the new releases first. I'm going to start with the crime thrillers first. The very first crime thriller coming out in April is called Yours Always by Corinne Sullivan. This is coming out April 1st. This one is about an engineer who reconnects with her ex, but his current girlfriend is missing and he is the prime suspect. And then she starts receiving texts from this missing woman, and she has to figure out who's telling the truth and who's lying. Next up is A Cruise to Die For. This is by Heather Graham, and this one's coming out April 7th. This one is about two federal agents who are pretending to be married while going undercover on a cruise ship to investigate a series of mysterious deaths. Now, these deaths have been linked to a very powerful tech corporation, and they soon realize that the killer can weaponize technology, and with no escape at sea, their mission quickly becomes a fight for survival. Next up, we have A Killer in the Family by Amin Ahmad. This is coming out April 7th. This one is about a young Mumbai party boy who moves to New York to join a glamorous billionaire family, but then he hears rumors about the dark secrets behind the family's wealth, and he starts digging for the truth and realizes the life he married into may be built on something darker than he ever imagined. Next up, we have Revenge Prey by John Sanford. This is a Lucas Davenport novel, if you are familiar. I know he's got a ton of Prey novels. This one is coming out April 7th. This is book number 36 in the Lucas Davenport series. This thriller follows U.S. Marshal Lucas Davenport as he protects a Russian defector and his family who are hiding in the witness protection program. But when a ruthless Russian hit team tracks them down in Minneapolis, Davenport has to figure out how their location was leaked before the assassins strike again. My mom has like all the John Sanford novels. She was reading them when I was younger. It's her fault. I love thrillers. Next up, we have The Summer House Murder by Ava Roberts. This is a crime thriller that is coming out on April 7th. This one is about three sisters who arrive at their lake house carrying secrets, but after a vicious fight, a woman turns up dead in the water, forcing them to confront how deeply their lives are tied to her murder. As suspicion closes in, the sisters have to decide how far they will go to protect themselves and each other. Next up, we have Who Knew the Ridpath Girl by Stacey Johns, coming out April 14th. This is about a YouTuber who revisits his sister's mysterious childhood death and publicly shares a very chilling theory, only to draw dangerous attention back to his hometown. When new deaths start to surface, he and his sister's best friend are forced to uncover the truth before the past kills again. That sounds really good. Next up, we have The Missing Ones by A.R. Torrey. This one is coming out April 14th. This is about a wealthy, tight-knit community where three women are forced back into the spotlight when human remains are discovered years after multiple people mysteriously vanished. As the investigation closes in, each woman must confront the suspicions surrounding their past and decide how far they'll go to protect their lives from falling apart. Next up, we have Hope Rises by David Baldacci. This one is coming out on April 14th. And it is about a man reinvented as a deadly operative who goes undercover to destroy the criminal mastermind who ruined his life. But the closer he gets, the more tangled his loyalties become. And as shocking truths come to light, he's forced to question everything, including whether revenge is worth the cost. Next up, we have the very popular Mad Mabel by Sally Hepworth. This one is coming out April 21st. When a neighbor turns up dead, an irritable 81-year-old woman with a hidden past as a convicted murderer finds herself at the center of suspicion once again. But as nosy neighbors, police, and a relentless child close in, she takes matters into her own hands to prove there's more to her story than anyone ever believed. Next up, we have The Dead Ringer by Dane Barr. This one comes out April 21st. Left for dead by his own brother, a man rises from the grave to seek revenge across the Montana frontier, joined by a young girl who becomes his unlikely companion. But as his quest unfolds, he's forced to confront whether justice and vengeance are really the same thing. Next up, we have The Girls in the Dark by Avery Bishop. This one is coming out April 24th. Years after escaping a childhood abduction that she believes killed her twin sister, a woman receives a chilling sign that suggests the past isn't over, and her sister might still be alive. As the truth resurfaces, she has to confront what really happened that night and whether some secrets are better left buried. That one sounds good. Next up, we have A Violent Masterpiece. This one is by Jordan Harper, and it is coming out April 28th. This one takes place in a collapsing, crime-ridden Los Angeles, where three strangers, a live streaming journalist, a ruthless defense attorney, and a fixer for the ultra-wealthy, are pulled into a web of disappearances, corruption, and a brutal serial killer. As their investigations collide, they uncover a conspiracy at the heart of the city's elite that could bring everything burning down. Next up, we have Dear Mother by Rhea Frey. This one is coming out on April 28th. When an investigative journalist returns home after her mother's death, she reopens the mystery of a childhood fire that killed her foster sibling and may not have been an accident. As new evidence surfaces, she's forced to confront whether the truth will finally set her free or destroy everything she believes. Next up, we have Red Belly Crossing by Candace Fox. This one is coming out April 28th. This one is about two estranged brothers who are both detectives, and they're forced to work together on a murder in a remote town where buried secrets start to come to light. But as the truth edges closer, one of them may be willing to hide it, even if it means destroying the others. Okay, I really want to read that one. That one sounds great. Okay, let's move into some horror thrillers, my other favorite genre. So first we have Blood Trail coming out on April 7th. This one is by Matt Query and Harrison Query. A former big game poacher who now works as a game warden is pulled into an investigation when people begin disappearing in rural Montana. But as he hunts for a violent cult, if you like cult thrillers, believed to be responsible, he starts experiencing disturbing visions. I love disturbing visions. And he realizes something far more sinister may be hiding in the wilderness. Okay, that one has my attention. I also like the wilderness. Okay, there we go. That one is coming out April 7th. Next up, we have Bodies of Work by Clay McLeod Chapman. This one is coming out April 7th. A quiet and overlooked janitor has spent years secretly murdering forgotten women and turning their voices into twisted art. What? But when the voices of his victims begin whispering back to him, he realizes the dead may finally be coming back for revenge. I love the way that sounds. Next up, we have The Seventh Sister, and I just love this cover. It is so creepy. I want it. I need it. It's by Dawn Kurtagich, and it's coming out April 7th. This one is about seven sisters who have lost their parents, and they are sent to live on a remote island where grief and isolation draw them into a dark, ancient faith tied to the forest. Okay, I need that. Years later, when they're called back, they must confront the terrifying consequences of what they awakened and the secrets they buried together. I need this one. Next up, we have We Call Them Witches by India Rose Bauer. This is also coming out on April 7th. This is about a post-apocalyptic Britain, and post-apocalyptic settings are my favorite. This post-apocalyptic Britain is overrun by monstrous witches. So a young woman sets out across a deadly wasteland to rescue her kidnapped brother. Along the way, she teams up with a mysterious girl she is drawn to, but as their bond deepens, so do the secrets and dangers around them. Next up, The Counting Game by Sinead Nolan. This is about a teenage girl who vanishes in a small Irish town, and a therapist is brought in to get answers from her silent younger brother, the only witness to what happened in the woods. Now, as secrets unravel, the search becomes a tense race against time where no one can be trusted. Next up is Serafina by Philip Fracassi. It's coming out April 7th. This one is about three brothers who have deserted a brutal war and they stumble upon a remote cabin where a woman offers them refuge. But something about her and the land feels deeply wrong. As they uncover a sinister secret hidden beneath the woods, their safe haven turns into a nightmare that they may not survive. That sounds really good. Next up, we have The Boatman by Alex Grecian, coming out April 7th. On a cruise ship at sea, another cruise ship novel, passengers realize that they are being relentlessly followed by a mysterious man in a rowboat that they can't outrun. As strange and sinister events unfold, they must uncover who or what he is before it's too late. That sounds so good. I don't know why, but it reminds me of The Fisherman. That's a really good horror novel, too. Next up, Wife Shaped Bodies by Laura Cranehill. This is coming out April 14th. A young woman raised to fear her own body is forced into an arranged marriage and isolated in a decaying mansion where she begins losing control over a strange transformation happening to her. But when another rebellious wife enters her life, she starts questioning everything she's been taught and realizes she may no longer want to stay contained. That is interesting. Next up, we have Morsel by Carter Keene. This is coming out on April 14th. This is about a struggling office worker who takes a last chance job in the remote hills of Ohio, only to end up stranded in the woods with something stalking her. Ugh. As she fights to survive, she realizes whatever is out there isn't just hunting her, it's hungry. I need that one too. Next up, we have The Hive by Ronald Malfi. This one is coming out April 14th. After a storm sweeps through a quiet seaside town, residents become dangerously obsessed with strange objects that seem to control them, turning the community into something hive-like and terrifying. As a young boy develops a mysterious power, he may be the only one who can stop what's taking hold or the key to unleashing it. Have you read anything by this author? I'm curious because I haven't, but it always sounds really good. Next up, we have Invasive Species by Ellery Adams. In this horror novel, a mesmerizing newcomer arrives in a small town and demands human sacrifices to stay immortal. Oh, goodness. The women of Cold Harbor must confront both this supernatural horror and the monsters in their own lives. And as tensions rise, a determined girl and her unlikely ally may be the only ones who can uncover the truth before the town consumes itself. Next up, we have These Familiar Walls by C.J. Dotson. This is a horror novel that is releasing on April 14th. Years after befriending a dangerous boy whose return led to her parents' murder, Amber moves back into her childhood home only to find it haunted by something far more sinister than memories. As reality begins to fracture, she has to confront the dark secrets that she has buried before they destroy her family. Next up, we have Thrall by Rebecca Mahoney. This one is coming out April 21st. After waking up from a blackout with puncture marks on her neck, a college freshman learns she's turning into a vampire and may be the next victim of a predator stalking her campus. Racing against time, she teams up with unlikely allies to stop him before she loses herself completely. I don't read very many vampire horror or vampire novels. What about you guys? This cover looks really good, though. I might need to pick this one up. Next up, we have Japanese Gothic by Kylie Lee Baker. A man fleeing a violent crime in modern Japan and a samurai girl in the 1800s. They both discover a mysterious house that connects their worlds, where something ancient and dangerous waits beneath the floorboards, and their stories intertwine, and one truth emerges. Someone is lying, and whatever haunts the house is far worse than either of them imagined. I am liking this a lot. Next up, we have Odessa by Gabrielle Scher. After a violent attack kills her, a grieving father uses forbidden magic to bring his daughter back. But the girl who returns is not the same. Of course she's not. As she searches for the truth, she uncovers a dark force in the woods that may be tied to her resurrection and has plans of its own. Oh, Pet Cemetery vibes. Coming back to life. Next up, we have the long-awaited next book by Marcus Cleaver. This is called The Caretaker, and it is coming out April 21st. I actually thought this was a sequel to We Used to Live Here, but I don't think it is. I think it's just a standalone. This is about a woman who is very desperate for money. She takes a short caretaker job in an isolated house, only to find that something really ancient and evil is lurking on the property. Trapped in a nightmare, she may be the only one who can stop it from escaping into the world. I had some issues with We Used to Live Here, namely because I didn't understand what happened at the end and it made me so annoyed. But I think I'll probably have to read this one because it sounds good too. Next up, Dark is When the Devil Comes by Daisy Pierce. This one is coming out on April 28th. When a woman returns to her hometown after a traumatic past, she vanishes before reuniting with her sister, sparking fears that the woods, where nothing ever escapes, have claimed her. As whispers of something sinister grow, her sister must uncover what really came back with her before it's too late. Next up, we have Molka by Monica Kim. This is a horror novel that is coming out April 28th. In a Seoul office wired with hidden cameras, a voyeuristic IT technician becomes fixated on a woman whose life begins to unravel after a scandal exposes a dark underworld of surveillance and abuse. As obsession deepens and reality fractures, she must confront the truth no matter how far she has to go to reveal it. Next up, we have domestic thrillers. I only have one to share with you coming out in April, and this one is called Yesteryear by Caro Claire Burke. A traditional American woman, a beautiful wife and mother who sells her pioneer lifestyle of raw milk and farm fresh eggs to her millions of social media followers, suddenly awakens cold, filthy, and terrified in the brutal reality of 1855. I remember reading about this one. This one sounds good. She has to unravel whether this living nightmare is an elaborate hoax or a twisted reality show or something far more sinister. I really hope it's something far more sinister. This one sounds good. Next up, we have the mystery thrillers coming out in April. And the first one is Aviary by Maria Dong. And this one is coming out on April 7th. After her sister mysteriously dies under bizarre circumstances at her doorstep, a young, undocumented Korean woman steals her sister's identity and travels to the US to figure out what really happened. But as she digs deeper into the strange art program that her sister had joined, she realizes something monstrous could be behind it, and it might change her forever. Next up, we have Guilt by Kaigo Higashino. This one is coming out April 7th. This one is about a detective investigating a murder case that seems closed when a man confesses. And he doesn't just confess to the recent crime, he confesses to another crime from decades earlier. But as doubts grow about the truth behind the confession, the case unravels into a deeper mystery about guilt, motive, and what really happened. Next up, we have Too Close to Home by Serafina Novaglass coming out April 14th. She also wrote The Vacancy in Room 10, which was absolutely delicious, so I'm hoping this one will be too. This one is about a woman living in a picture-perfect lakefront community, and she becomes the target of a deadly attack. But when the wrong person is killed, and she starts seeing her supposedly dead husband alive, everything starts to come apart. Her neighbors start disappearing, and the truth about her community begins to surface, and she realizes it's far more dangerous than it appears. It always is. Next up, we have Last One Out by Jane Harper. This is a mystery coming out on April 14th. This one is about a grieving mother who returns to her dying hometown years after her son's disappearance and starts to suspect that his case was never what it seemed. As she digs deeper, it becomes clear to her that someone is determined to keep the town's buried secrets and her son's fate hidden for good. Next up, we have Paradox. This one is by Douglas and Alethea Preston, and it is coming out on April 21st. When a series of brutal, ritualistic murders surface in the Colorado wilderness, investigators uncover a very chilling conspiracy involving a secret society and something far more ancient lurking in the mountains. As the pieces come together, it becomes clear that whatever is waiting out there is preparing for something terrifying. That sounds good. I love weird wilderness death novels. I love all kinds of scary stuff. Next up, we have Shadow Strike, a Pike Logan novel. This one is by Brad Taylor, and it's coming out on April 21st. When a legendary assassin escapes custody to carry out a high-stakes political assassination, the only man who can stop him is the operative who has hunted him before. As the chase spans continents, it becomes clear the plot is far bigger than one target and could trigger a global catastrophe. Next up, A Deadly Episode by Anthony Horowitz. I have one of his books. I need to read him. When an actor playing a very famous detective is murdered on set, it seems like a classic whodunit until it becomes clear that the real target may have been the detective himself. As old mistakes and buried secrets come to light, he's forced to unravel a past case that could cost him everything. Next up, we have Sanctuary by James Cleary. This one is coming out later in the month, April 28th. As climate collapse devastates the country, a billionaire retreats with his family to a lavish underground bunker, only to face rising tensions within and a desperate threat from those outside. It is a world divided between survival and morality, and everyone is forced to decide what they're willing to sacrifice to live. Next up, we have political thrillers, and the first one I have to share with you is called The Silverfish. This one is by author Connor Martin. It is coming out April 7th. This one is about an American journalist in Ghana chasing an oil corruption story who gets pulled into a high-stakes global conspiracy over the world's fiber optic cables. As she uncovers a web of spies, double agents, and geopolitical tension, she's forced to make dangerous choices that could change everything. Next up, we have Spies and Other Gods by James Wolfe. This one is coming out April 14th. As Britain's intelligence chief struggles with a mysterious cognitive decline, a young investigator uncovers a string of international assassinations tied to a seemingly ordinary dentist, of all people. But as she's pulled deeper into a deadly cross-border conspiracy, it becomes clear she may be hiding secrets of her own, and not everyone will survive the truth. Now let's move on to the psychological thriller category. And the first psychological thriller coming out in April is Body Double by Hannah Johansson. This one is coming out on April 7th. This is about two women who meet by chance, they fall in love and quickly move in together, but later one of them starts to transform herself to look exactly like the other. Meanwhile, across the city, a quiet transcriptionist hears a strange message hidden in a recording that suggests someone may be watching her and that their lives may be connected in ways that she doesn't understand. Next up, we have Harmless Women coming out on April 7th by Rebecca Sharp. A skilled con artist who steals people's identities thinks she's chosen the perfect final target, a wealthy woman with a cheating husband and plenty of money. But when that husband turns up dead, the grifter is suddenly mistaken for her victim, and the two women end up on the run together in a desperate fight to clear their names and stay alive. Next up is The Girl's Trip by Ali Condi. This one is coming out April 7th. Three online friends meet for the very first time at a national park getaway to escape their messy lives. But when one of them suddenly disappears, their secrets start to unravel. And as the search to find the one person that disappeared begins, it becomes clear that each woman may be hiding something far more dangerous than they have admitted. Next up, we have We Would Never Tell by Anne-Sophie Juvenot. It is coming out April 14th, and this one is about three women who are chasing fame at the Cannes Film Festival, and they're pulled deeper into the glitz and desperation of Hollywood's elite. But then a priceless necklace disappears, and a body turns up dead, and they are suddenly in the spotlight with nowhere to hide. Next up, we have Come Back to Me by Sarah Foster. This one is coming out April 21st. A chance meeting at a London restaurant exposes a shocking connection between two strangers who pretend not to know each other, unraveling a decade-old tragedy they've both tried to bury. As their secrets come to light, they must confront the past and decide whether the truth is worth destroying the lives that they have built. Next up is The Drop. This one just creeps me out by looking at the cover because I used to love roller coasters, and now they kind of creep me out. By S.R. Masters. This one is coming out April 21st. And this one is about a group of former friends who reunite for a private ride on a record-breaking roller coaster, and they become stranded 650 feet in the air with no rescue in sight. As the heat rises and time runs out, they are forced to confront the secrets that tore them apart, secrets that may determine whether they survive. I like this idea. I love it so much. That was The Drop. Now we have The Plunge. And this one is by Lila Rasek. After her fiance's death, a grieving woman is drawn into a seductive and unsettling relationship with a magnetic man and the enigmatic woman at his side. But as secrets from her past come to light, their tangled lives spiral into a dangerous game of obsession, betrayal, and unraveling truths. Next up, we have Her First Lie by Lucinda Berry, coming out April 21st. This one is about a college freshman who is hiding a newborn, and she turns to her estranged grandmother for help, only to uncover a chilling legacy of secrets and control. And as the truth unravels, she is forced to choose between protecting her child or becoming the next victim of her family's dark past. I need to read some Lucinda Berry. I have not read any of her books. She's on my list. Next up, we have The Wedding Vow. This one is by Dandy Smith, and it's coming out April 28th. After her husband is murdered, a grieving widow discovers he was living a double life and becomes obsessed with uncovering the identity of his mysterious lover. But as she digs deeper, she realizes the truth is far more dangerous than she imagined and could make her the next target. And that does it for all the releases coming out in April of 2026. Again, if you want a week by week list of the books coming out each week this coming month, subscribe to my Bookish newsletter and you'll know every single week what releases are coming out. All right, let's talk about some bookish events happening in the thriller genre coming up in April. I have some bookish events and I have author events. The first bookish event I'm going to share with you is the LA Times Festival of Books that is happening on April 18th and 19th, and it's at the University of Southern California. I didn't get a chance to go last year. I would love to go this year, so we'll see if I can make that happen. Next up, we have the Vermont Sci-Fi Fantasy and Horror Expo. This is happening on April 25th and April 26th. This expo will cover almost 100,000 square feet of floor space and host over 150 artists, authors, displays, and vendors. At this event, you can enjoy dozens of panels, workshops, screenings, live podcasts, demonstrations, and gaming. Everyone is welcome to this event, and you can come in costume, but it is not required. And as always, I'll be sure to link all the events in the description box below. Next up, we have the Screamiverse Expo. This is happening on April 18th and 19th in Roanoke, Virginia at the Berglund Center. This is a celebration of horror, sci-fi, and the world of macabre arts. Attendees can explore unique vendors, tattooing, informative panels, special guests, and much more. Next up, we have Slay the Lake LGBTQ plus Horror Book Fest. This is happening on April 18th in Kenosha, Wisconsin. This is an event featuring LGBTQ plus and allied authors, a book drive for incarcerated individuals, and a celebration of queer horror literature. Sounds amazing. This event is a curated book fair for indie and established queer horror authors to connect with readers, with applications closing in mid-January 2026 for participating authors. So that's already passed. This event is 18 plus only. Next up, we have some author events happening this month. The first is Nick Petrie is going to be touring in Minnesota and Ohio this month. I think he's still touring for his latest book, The Dark Time. And John Sanford is also touring this month. On April 6th, he will be at the Poisoned Pen in Scottsdale, Arizona. Next up, we have Ava Roberts, who is the author of The Summer House Murder. She's going to be at Belmont Books in Belmont, Massachusetts on April 7th. And Saratoga Schaefer, author of Tradwife, is going to be at Aesop's Fable in Holliston, Massachusetts on April 11th. You can also see Johnny Compton, author of Dead First, at the San Antonio Book Festival happening on April 11th. And Alma Katsu will be there as well. So you've got two authors there. That one's happening on April 11th. Next up, Rebecca Canner will be at the Midwest Mystery Conference. She's the author of Last One Seen, and that is happening on April 11th. John Gilstrap, who is the author of Scorched Earth, is going to be at Fountain Bookstore in Richmond, Virginia on April 11th. Jake Hinkson on April 11th is also going to be at that Midwest Mystery Conference happening in Chicago, Illinois. He's the author of the political thriller You Will Never See Me. John Lindstrom is also on tour in April. He's the author of Hollywood Payback, coming out on April 14th. He's going to be on tour in Pasadena, California, and Ashland, Oregon this month. The author of Midnight in Memphis, Thomas Dan, is going to be at Book Passage in Corte Madera, California on April 13th. We also have Karen Wynn, who's going to be on tour in Massachusetts this month. She is the author of The Society. And Charlie Donnelly is going to be at Bookhampton in East Hampton, New York on April 16th. I keep trying to ask the gods to deliver him to California. It is not working, but hopefully one day he'll come out here. Next up, we have Tracy Sierra, who is going to be at Plymouth Book Partners in Plymouth, Massachusetts on April 30th. So if you loved night watching and if you love her and you live in Massachusetts, she's going to be there. Go see her. Next up in book to movie or series adaptations, we have The Testaments. That one is releasing April 8th. That one is based on Margaret Atwood's novel. I am really excited about that. I really love The Handmaid's Tale. I don't see myself reading that book before The Testaments comes out, but it looks really good. So I definitely want to watch the series on that one. And then we have Margot's Got Money Troubles. That one's not really a thriller, but that one just looks really good. That one's coming out on Apple TV on April 15th. And finally, let's talk about all the scary movies coming out in April 2026. The first is Yeti. I cannot believe that they could make a scary movie about the Yeti. I didn't think it was possible, but they have. Watch the trailer, it's really good. This one is coming out April 4th. This one is about an oil tycoon and a famous adventurer who vanish in a harsh winter in northern Alaska. So they have people basically going out and looking for them. And while they are out there, it becomes a survival horror and it has a towering beast and gruesome practical effects. I don't know. I just can't wait. This looks really good. I watched the trailer. It looks really creepy. Next up, we have a really scary looking movie called Exit 8. This one is about a man trapped in an endless, sterile subway passageway, and he sets out to find Exit 8. The rules of his quest are quite simple. Do not overlook anything out of the ordinary. If you discover an anomaly, turn back immediately. If you don't, carry on. Then leave from Exit 8. But even a single oversight will send him back to the beginning. Will he ever reach his goal and escape this infinite corridor? This looks really good. It has subtitles. The trailer is very creepy. Please check it out. And that one is coming out April 10th. Next up, we have The Mummy coming out on April 17th. I feel like there are multiple movies called The Mummy. This one looks the scariest. This one is about a couple who finds out their daughter, who has been missing for like 8 years, has been found, but she's basically a scary demon mummy, and it looks terrifying. I'm really excited. My sister told me she wanted to see this like weeks ago. I need to go see it. I hope you do too. And that's it. That wraps up all the books, events, and movies coming out in April 2026 in the thriller genre. If I have missed any that you're really excited about, please let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. And lastly, of course, don't forget to join my Bookish newsletter if you want all the releases sent to you every week as they come out. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!